Cowboy defense to 35 points, the most they've ever given up in a first half in franchise history.
The Saints may seriously be Super Bowl bound after this big upset win against the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys fans are in complete shamble after they've been talking trash all week. And Derek Carr looks like the happiest we have ever seen him in his NFL career. Could he quite possibly be an MVP? This game was an absolute delightful game because I had so many Cowboys fans in my comments saying that the Saints don't have a chance at all. You see these guys absolutely devastated. But more than anything, in this 44-19 victory for the Saints in Dallas, you got Dak Prescott having an absolutely horrible game. And this guy was just paid before week 1 of the regular season, where he is making $60 million a year. That is insane. Derek Carr, who hands down outplayed him, is making roughly $35 million a year. Look, I understand that the Cowboys were the favorite in this game, but I was absolutely shocked that absolutely nobody chose the Saints in the NFL game picks. But going into this game, everybody thought it would be a close game. I thought the Saints were going to win it, but win it close. I didn't think they were going to win it by this much. Last week, everyone, including myself, kept saying, but it's just the Panthers. Yeah, the Saints put up 47 points, but it's just the Panthers. Well, now they've done it against the Dallas Cowboys, who have a great defense. This is where we need to start getting serious and talking about the fact that the Saints could maybe contend for the Super Bowl. They are breaking historical records right now. Their 91 points in 2024 right now are the most points in the first 2 games of a season since the merger, the second most points. The only time that they've had higher points, or any team has had higher points in the first 2 games of the season since the merger, was the Super Bowl champion Saints in 2009 with Drew Brees. So at first, everyone thought, oh, it's just the Panthers. Let's chill out on the hype. Let's be happy, but let's chill. Now it's against the Dallas Cowboys, who did have a bad game, but I think they're still going to beat a shitload of teams this year. If the Saints keep this up next week, we need to start talking about the fact that they could be playing in the Super Bowl with home field advantage, since the Super Bowl is in New Orleans this year. Now, the beginning of the game was amazing. The Saints got the ball first and they had a methodical drive moving down the field, and Alvin Kamara had a touchdown. But then this second drive is where it really took off. After holding the Dallas Cowboys to just a field goal, Derek Carr and the Saints again were able to pull off that long bomb, 70-yard pass to Rashid Shaheed for a touchdown. We saw the Saints do it last week with the Carolina Panthers, and they pulled off the same move against the Dallas Cowboys. This is where you see Derek Carr celebrating, man, looking to the sideline, seeing him this pumped up. This is like the most happy I've seen him playing football, maybe ever. And he has every right to flex on these fools, because remember, these Cowboys players were downplaying the Saints before the game. We'll get into that in a little bit. But NFL teams need to watch out. We knew Chris Olave was going to be a problem for a lot of teams. Now you got Rashid Shaheed in the mix. Derek Carr's connecting with them. There's so many other weapons that the Saints could have used more, like Taysom Hill, like their tight end Juwan Johnson, like their other tight end Foster Moreau, and they didn't even have to get started with those guys. And look, for a moment, it seemed like the Cowboys could maybe come back. Dak Prescott had that long touchdown pass to CeeDee Lamb, and it made me think, okay, even though the Saints have got a substantial lead, they still got to watch out. This game is not over. Cowboys have home field advantage. Maybe Dallas comes back and makes it a 1-2 possession game. That's what we're thinking for a little bit at the top of the second quarter, late first quarter. But then when the Saints moved down to the goal line with a long bomb pass to Chris Olave made one of the most athletic catches I have seen in quite some time for the Saints to get down to the goal line. And then we all knew what play was coming next. Derek Carr called his own number and had that QB sneak for a touchdown. That was absolutely amazing. That was hard. And Derek Carr, DC, had to get up and do his little dance move. He had himself the Billie Jean here. Derek Carr is quite a dancer, it seems, and he did that little Billie Jean. I did not expect that. That was probably one of the more surprising things that I saw in this game, not only the blowout victory. Derek Carr said that his dance moves should not be a surprise. Seems like he's always had them.
See, that's not much time in front of the mirror. I'm a dancer in my day, and so don't let the 4 kids fool you. I had to lure their mom in somehow. You know what I mean?
So it seems like Derek Carr lured in Heather Carr with some of these dance moves. It was just too good to be true to see how far up the Saints were as we got towards halftime. Derek Carr, 9 for 11, 222 passing yards, 3 touchdowns total, one of them that rushing touchdown, 2 passes, 35-16 lead over the Cowboys just at halftime alone. We're going to break down the numbers later on in the week once the rest of these games finish up, but I'm pretty sure Derek Carr may have the best numbers in the entire NFL. Keep in mind, this is a brand new offense, a brand new offensive coordinator. Nobody on the team knew this scheme going into week 1. They are just getting started. They're going to be doing more plays, probably expanding the playbook even more as the season progresses. You also saw the Cowboys defensive coordinator Zimmer look absolutely scared like a ghost throughout this game. This dude thinks that he's going to go into Jerry Jones' office tomorrow and get absolutely fired. He better check his key card on Monday. I don't think it's going to work. We even had Cowboys fans making fun of my video before the game about how I said Derek Carr knows Zimmer's defense quite well, and I think he's going to do quite well. And then here we have it, all the latest comments. Bro jinxed the team. Bro deleted his whole account. This guy was calling out my channel by name, and he has since deleted this post, calling me delusional. Part of the reason why the Saints offense is absolutely clicking right now is because of the run game. The run game has gotten going with all of their backs, but Alvin Kamara especially may actually have a career year this year. This guy is running absolutely insane, and what's really special is his extra effort. This guy cannot be tackled at times, and he was able to help the Saints get another touchdown, get up to 42 points. With how Kamara is being utilized in this offense, with how the Saints offensive line is being able to block, the Saints right now may have the best running back in the NFC at least, and Derek Carr the best quarterback in the NFC at least right now. You saw Carr and Alvin Kamara be interviewed after the game. They stayed humble. They know they can't get too high because, hey, it's a long season. You never know what's going to happen, and they got a tough opponent next week with the Philadelphia Eagles. But in terms of the quarterback and the running back being a key reason why this team's doing well, you had Demario Davis, the linebacker, point out a magical number.
This guy enjoys it too. That's the magic number. That's the magic number. No.
DC4, AK41, man. If these guys keep playing how they did just in the first half of the game alone, the sky is the limit for this team. The defense was without Marshawn Lattimore. Imagine when he comes back, what this team is going to look like. And Dak Prescott did not look like he was worth $60 million a year. You had him dropping F-bombs during the game. You really saw it fall apart for Dak in the second quarter when you had about 1:20 left in that second quarter, a chance to really make this a one-possession game. He throws a nasty interception. Now, I do believe the receiver did trip. It's not all on Dak, but it just seemed like nothing could go right for this guy. And once that happened, once that interception happened, and then the Saints offense was able to score, that pretty much put this game completely out before halftime. And just to put the dagger in the heart, Dak Prescott had another interception, this time in the fourth quarter when they're down 22 points, 12 minutes to go. It's basically over. He still threw another interception. And what I found bad about this is he did not have much pressure in his face. Dak just played bad and absolutely choked. But also the Saints defense is still playing at an elite level that they played at last year. And this is what Dak and CeeDee Lamb get. We saw CeeDee Lamb underestimate the Saints, downplay Marshawn Lattimore, and it absolutely bit them in the ass in this freaking game.
Does Marshawn go in the slot?
No.
He doesn't go in the slot.
I'm already going against one, so it's no surprise if I see another one. Obviously, Trey has the better ball skills, and
CeeDee Lamb decided to hype up his friend Diggs instead of respecting the competition of the Saints defender, Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints must have heard this trash talk because they were getting physical. CeeDee Lamb got absolutely rocked in this game near the top of the fourth quarter. Speaking of Trevon Diggs, the brother of Stephon Diggs, he had a little sarcastic comment when he was asked about Chris Olave and him being a number 1 wide receiver.
What challenge does Chris Olave bring?
One more time.
What challenges does Chris Olave bring as a receiver?
This is a trick question.
And this guy ended up getting absolutely smoked by Olave, smoked by Rashid Shaheed, smoked by the Saints' entire offense. We mentioned Mike Zimmer looking like an absolute ghost on the sideline, but you saw Cowboys defenders be so frustrated on the sideline. Micah Parsons was upset. He was cussing up a storm at his teammates. You saw Diggs looking a little scared. All of them looked like everything was falling apart right before their eyes. And you know Cowboys fans were absolutely miserable. You have Saints fans doing a "Who dat" chant during the game.
Who that said they gonna beat them Saints? Who that?
We know a lot of Cowboys fans left during the third quarter. You also had this hilarious Saints fan do a speech to the Cowboys fans.
Next time it might be y'all day. Next time it might be y'all day. But today is...
I love this guy. Saints fans watching it at the bar also got buck wild. Derek Carr has these Saints fans crawling on the ground. And obviously, it's always hilarious when Cowboys fans talk trash, especially when they talk trash in the comment section of my videos right before this game, and then end up in tears throughout the game, watching Dak Prescott throw interceptions, watching their defense be absolutely carved up. Micah Parsons is coming for Derek Carr. Well, Micah Parsons or the Saints' entire defense did not have one sack on Derek Carr. Part of the reason why Derek Carr is a big part of the story is because Saints fans turned on him. You had so many Saints fans talk trash on him all the way up until week 1 of the regular season. Remember, during Mardi Gras last year, they had the Derek Carr flow where they made fun of him, made him look all stupid, made him look like a zombie. They were mocking this guy, mocking their starting quarterback. And I don't want to hear this bullshit about, oh, Saints fans helped light a fire under him. No, Derek Carr has always been a great quarterback. He just hasn't been in the best situations with the Las Vegas Raiders. I know because I'm a Raiders fan. And now all those Saints fans are coming crawling back, trying to buy their Derek Carr jerseys, trying to say that they were wrong and, oh, they were just waiting for him to prove them wrong. But I feel like some of them have already gone too far and talked way too much trash. And I don't think Derek Carr should let some of them back, but he's a good guy. He's going to welcome them all back and be happy to hear all those Saints fans now rooting for him since he blew out the Cowboys and the rest of the team, because it's a team effort, 44-19. Absolutely insane. And like I said earlier, Derek Carr looked completely locked in this game. And like I was saying earlier, this is just the beginning for this Saints offense. This is their second game together with a brand new offensive coordinator, Clint Kubiak, who's doing an amazing job. This is just going to get better. What is the ceiling of this team? How much better could it possibly get? When it comes to Derek Carr, and if Kubiak's going to be on the team for quite some time, and if they keep being this successful, how long is Derek Carr going to be the quarterback with the Saints? How long is he going to keep on going? If I was him playing in this offense, I would want to play for many, many years until I can't do it anymore. So look, we're getting excited. The Saints are breaking records. It's the second most points in NFL history in the first 2 games since the merger. How could you not be excited? Well, they got a tough opponent coming up next week, and they know they got to be ready to go against the Philadelphia Eagles. 10 a.m. I'm definitely going to be live during that game. So you got that team, and who knows? I mean, if they beat the Dallas Cowboys like this, why could they not blow out the Philadelphia Eagles? And if that happens, I think everybody is going to be talking about Saints Super Bowl. But I really like this lineup of games coming up because it's going to be tough opponents for the Saints. You face the Eagles, who've been in the Super Bowl before, Super Bowl contenders. Then you face the Falcons, who are going a little downhill because Kirk Cousins definitely doesn't seem healthy and they got a brand new regime there. And then after that, it's Monday Night Football against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. I wouldn't be surprised if the Saints win these next 2 games and then they're going undefeated against the Chiefs on Monday Night Football. Wow, that's going to be exciting for Derek Carr, who's had a lot of battles against Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. And hey, under the radar, a lot of people don't point this out. Derek Carr did beat Patrick Mahomes in 2020 with John Gruden. And then you got the Bucs and the Broncos coming up. So 3 tough opponents, 2 easy opponents in these next 5 games for the Saints. And then also the Chargers. That is going to be very interesting. Justin Herbert, Jim Harbaugh, not too bad of a combo there. How far can the Saints go this year? Can Derek Carr maybe put together an MVP season? I really do think this is for real right now. At first, people said, oh, it's just the Carolina Panthers. It's just the Carolina Panthers. That no longer applies anymore. The Saints are for real. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Subscribe to me, Wi-Fi Willie. Peace out. And I hope you have a good one.